The cavernous darkness of Barad-dûr was pierced by the agonized screams of Gollum, his twisted form writhing under Sauron's relentless interrogation. Shadows flickered as the Dark Lord's gaze, like a burning brand, sought to unravel the secrets hidden within the pitiful creature's mind. "Shire, Baggins," Gollum whimpered, his voice a ragged whisper. These words, torn from the depths of his torment, set in motion a hunt that would span the breadth of Middle-earth, culminating in the epic struggle for the One Ring. But how did Gollum end up in the clutches of the very Dark Lord himself? With the eagerly anticipated release of the Hunt for Gollum film in 2026, audiences are poised to dive into the untold story of one of Tolkien's most enigmatic characters. This film promises to illuminate the years between Bilbo Baggins' discovery of the One Ring and Gollum's eventual capture and escape. Join us as we traverse the shadowy realms of Middle-earth and try to answer what the timeline of the film will likely be and what pivotal events might viewers witness along the way. As we press onward, answers await in the depths of shadow, where danger prowls at every step and the destiny of Middle-earth hangs in the balance. The journey commences in 2941 of the Third Age, amidst the moody depths of the Misty Mountains. Following the events depicted in the Hobbit films, we last see Gollum in a moment of anguish and rage as Bilbo Baggins, using the power of invisibility granted by the One Ring, escapes from Gollum's lair. Gollum's cries of "Thief! Baggins!" echo through the dark, cavernous tunnels, marking the beginning of his quest. Gollum, once a creature named Sméagol, had long dwelled in the shadowed subterranean caves of the Misty Mountains, possessed by the ring for centuries. This final scene in The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, sets the stage for the Hunt for Gollum, where the new film will likely pick up. Consumed by the loss of his precious, Gollum ventures out from his mountainous lair in search of the elusive thief who has stolen his most cherished possession. Driven by an all-consuming obsession, Gollum begins his desperate search, leaving the dark confines of the Misty Mountains and venturing into the wider world. According to Gandalf in The Fellowship of the Ring, Gollum wandered far from his cave and was often seen, or heard about, creeping near the borders of the Shire. His path leads him through treacherous landscapes and encounters with various inhabitants, from the desolate Emyn Muil to the dark confines of Mirkwood. Gollum's knowledge of the land, honed by years of skulking in shadows, aids him in his quest, yet his journey is marked by solitude and desperation. During these years, Gollum's travels take him to places both familiar and foreign. He ventures into the Wilderland, traverses the dead marshes, and prowls around the fringes of Mordor. Each step is driven by the hope of reclaiming his precious, but also by an underlying fear of the Dark Lord's growing power. Gollum's journey is fraught with peril and loneliness, navigating the varied landscapes of Middle-earth. His quest is marked by a series of harrowing encounters and narrow escapes, showcasing his cunning and tenacity. Meanwhile, Sauron, having returned to Mordor, begins to rebuild his empire. By 2942 of the Third Age, Sauron is openly re-establishing his power, his gaze ever fixed on recovering the One Ring. His servants, the Nazgûl, scour the lands, their presence a constant threat to any who might harbor the ring or knowledge of it. The Dark Lord's influence spreads like a shadow, casting a pall over the free peoples of Middle-earth. As Gollum's desperate search unfolds, it intersects with significant events and characters in Middle-earth, setting the stage for the epic narrative that will ultimately culminate in the War of the Ring. This journey, filled with dark intrigue and a determined hunt, promises to add depth and richness to the tale that fans have come to love. In 3001 of the Third Age, Gandalf the Grey begins to grow suspicious of Bilbo's seemingly innocuous ring. This suspicion is sparked by a growing unease about the ring's nature and Bilbo's uncharacteristic attachment to it. Gandalf's investigations lead him to ancient texts and historical accounts, which gradually confirm his worst fears. This might indeed be the One Ring, the source of Sauron's power, lost for centuries. The realization fills him with dread, understanding the catastrophic implications should the ring fall back into Sauron's hands. Comprehending the gravity of this discovery, Gandalf enlists the aid of Aragorn, known as Strider, the Ranger of the North and heir to the throne of Gondor. He tasks Aragorn with a critical mission to track down Gollum. Gandalf knows that Gollum, having once possessed the ring, holds crucial information about its nature and perhaps even about Sauron's intentions. Aragorn's quest is perilous and spans several years, marked by danger and hardship. The film The Hunt for Gollum is sure to bring this arduous journey to life, capturing Aragorn's skilled pursuit across the wilderness, through dense forests, over rugged mountains, and into the darkest corners of Middle-earth. Aragorn tracks Gollum, following the faintest of trails. His expertise as a tracker and his profound knowledge of the wild are put to the test. Aragorn's quest is not solitary. Along the way, he encounters other Rangers of the North, also known as the Dunedain. Among these encounters, his interactions with Halbarad could stand out. Halbarad, a close friend and trusted lieutenant of Aragorn, exemplifies the camaraderie and loyalty that bind the Rangers. Scenes depicting Aragorn and Halbarad strategizing and sharing moments of trust would add further depth to Aragorn's character, showcasing his leadership qualities and the deep bonds within their brotherhood. Traits of Aragorn that fans are familiar with and will undoubtedly hope to see in this prequel. Meanwhile, Gollum's journey would lead him into the clutches of Sauron. Driven by his insatiable obsession with the One Ring, Gollum roams across Middle-earth, from the shadows of Mirkwood to the desolate wastelands bordering Mordor. His desperate search and cunning survival instincts keep him moving, always skirting the fringes of danger and capture. While roaming near Dale, Gollum learns about Bilbo Baggins' newfound fame. The news of Bilbo's adventures and his mysterious ring reaches Gollum's ears, and he becomes fixated on finding this Baggins from the Shire. This information propels him further on his relentless quest, adding more urgency to his search. In The Hunt for Gollum, viewers may get glances at the newly crowned King Bard of Dale and the rebuilding of the city. According to Tolkien's writings, Gollum is captured by Sauron's servants in 3009 of the Third Age. His capture is vividly detailed in The Fellowship of the Ring, where Gandalf recounts how Gollum was taken to the dark fortress of Barad-dûr. There, under Sauron's command, Gollum is subjected to relentless torture and interrogation. In the dark fortress, the depths of Sauron's cruelty are unveiled. No longer the fair form of Anatar or the deceivingly charismatic guise from earlier ages, Sauron's Third Age appearance is an evil presence, cloaked in shadow and flame. His dark visage and towering presence exude dread, commanding absolute terror over his minions. The harrowing sequences of Gollum's capture and torture reveal the depths of Sauron's brutality. Under immense agony, Gollum eventually divulges the critical information: Shire, Baggins. Shown briefly in The Fellowship of the Ring, these scenes in The Hunt for Gollum will likely be intense and dramatic, illustrating Sauron's methods of extracting information and showcasing his insidious influence over Middle-earth. Sauron's fiery eye, ever watchful, symbolizes his unyielding quest for the One Ring and his increasing power. Gollum's capture by Sauron happens after years of wandering and avoiding detection. His movements during this period are marked by a desperate yet cunning evasion of threats. Tolkien, in The Fellowship of the Ring, notes that Gollum was often seen or heard about near the borders of the Shire, indicating his proximity to the object of his obsession. Gollum's journey through the Wilderland, the Dead Marshes, and even near the borders of Mordor demonstrates his relentless pursuit of the ring, despite the overwhelming dangers. Surprisingly, after extracting this vital information, Sauron releases Gollum from Mordor. This decision is part of Sauron's broader strategy, as he believes Gollum might unwittingly lead his servants to the ring. Freed, but still driven by his obsession, Gollum continues his search for Bilbo and the ring. Gollum's release marks the beginning of a new phase in his desperate quest. His movements remain sneaky and cautious. As he navigates the treacherous landscapes of Middle-earth once more, he ventures through the Wilderland, skirts the Dead Marshes, and lurks around the fringes of Mordor, all the while avoiding capture and keeping his ultimate goal in sight. Finally, in 3017 of the Third Age, after years of searching, Aragorn captures Gollum in the Dead Marshes. This moment is a culmination of his efforts, marking a significant victory in the fight against Sauron. Aragorn brings Gollum to the Elves of Mirkwood, where Thranduil's people guard and interrogate him. Having agreed to take Gollum to the Woodland Realm when he was captured, Gandalf and Aragorn interrogate him, though to little avail. Their questioning is crucial as they seek to uncover what Gollum knows about Sauron's plans in the One Ring. According to the Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf recounts at the Council of Elrond how Gollum revealed the words Shire and Baggins, vital clues that had already been extracted under Sauron's torture. Gollum's stay in Mirkwood is fraught with tension. The Wood Elves, though not harsh, find it challenging to guard such a cunning and slippery prisoner. Despite their vigilance, Gollum manages to escape in June 3018 of the Third Age, aided by an orc raid that provides the chaos he needs to slip away. His escape marks yet another chapter in his frenzied search for the One Ring and sets the stage for the dark events that follow. Gollum's capture and further questioning in The Hunt for Gollum promises to be a captivating part of the film. This segment will contrast the elves' merciful treatment with the brutal interrogation he endured under Sauron. As Gandalf and Aragorn pry into Gollum's fragmented mind, viewers will witness his cunning on a bigger scale, a trait that has enabled him to survive against all odds. These scenes will provide a look into his internal torment and endless obsession with the ring, revealing the complex mix of pity and revulsion he inspires. The Hunt for Gollum is set to deliver an engaging narrative that highlights the far-reaching influence of the One Ring on everyone it touches. After his daring escape from Thranduil's realm in Mirkwood, Gollum's desperate flight leads him southward, eventually bringing him to the ancient dwarven kingdom of Moria. Here, amidst the dark and labyrinthine tunnels of Khazad-dûm, Gollum seeks refuge, driven by his unrelenting obsession with the One Ring. Gollum's journey to Moria is hinted at, but not explicitly detailed in the works that the film has rights to. In The Fellowship of the Ring, Gandalf mentions Gollum's presence in Moria during the Council of Elrond, stating, "He has gone to take refuge in the dark tunnels of his old home, the mines of Moria." While unfinished tales of Numenor and Middle-earth details Gollum's path more explicitly, viewers are likely to see an inferred version in the upcoming film. Within the shadowed depths of Moria, Gollum finds solace amidst the ruins of a once great civilization, his presence hidden from the prying eyes of the outside world. Yet even here, the ring's hold on him remains unyielding, driving him deeper into madness with each passing day. As Gollum's journey leads him into the depths of Moria, the stage is set for the film to draw to a close. Here, amidst the ancient ruins and shadowed tunnels of Khazad-dûm, his presence intertwines with the unfolding events that will shape the course of Middle-earth. It is in Moria that his story intersects with that of the Fellowship of the Ring. As Gollum's journey reaches its fateful end, viewers will be left on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the epic battles and heroic sacrifices that lie ahead in the struggle against the encroaching darkness. And as the credits roll, the echoes of Gollum's presence in Moria will linger, serving as a haunting reminder of the perilous path that lies ahead for all who dare to confront the shadow that threatens to engulf Middle-earth. What scenes do you think will unfold in this captivating tale? Will our predictions align with the haunting twists and turns of Tolkien's mesmerizing world? Share your thoughts in the comments below and become part of the adventure. Don't let the shadows consume you. Hit the subscribe button and prepare for a journey where danger lurks at every turn. Together, let's uncover the truth behind Gollum's fate.